Hey guys, for this example I'm going to use a dollar store container. This one is about $2 and it should be about 6 inches deep. We're only going to need about a couple of inches at the bottom, so this should be fine. We should be able to germinate at least 40 to 50 seeds in this container. I'm going to use a grow kit that you can find at any dollar store. They come with a pack of seeds and a piece of coconut coir. Now this one doesn't have the seeds because I've already used them, but this is just an example. Now if you can't find this container, you can always use soil and buy the seeds separately. But I prefer using coconut coir because it provides a better aeration for the roots. I will start by placing the coconut coir in water. Don't worry if you put too much water, because when we transfer the coconut coir in the other container, we can squeeze out the water. I'm going to leave it about 5 minutes to soak in. Then I'm going to use a fork to break the lumps and just mix it. Now once you place it in the other container, you're just going to use that fork to level up the soil. Now if you want to make sure that you didn't put too much water, what you could do is you can just press hard in a spot and just look if any water is coming up. I'm going to use a skewer to dig the holes. For this example, I'm going to use some tomatoes and cucumber seeds. Now, one thing to notice about the seeds is that if you look up closely at a seed, you'll see that one side has a little crack. If you want to be more specific, you would place that crack towards the bottom, and that will allow for the seed to grow immediately upwards rather than having to curl and then go up in the surface. But that's not really important, the seeds will still germinate, so just to make a point that either way is alright, I'm just going to throw the seeds in there. Now once you place the seeds, you're going to cover them lightly with the skewer. You don't need to press too hard. In my opinion, this step is the most important in this process. Germination usually requires at least 95% of humidity. In order to achieve that, I use hot water, I pour it on the sides of the container, and then I close off the lid. Once you've done that, you place the container in a dark area where there is no light coming in, and then you continue checking the container at least once a day until you see one seedling on the surface. Once you see that, then you have to check the container at least 3 times a day just to make sure that the seedlings are not growing too tall, because they will try to look for light and they will grow really fast, really tall. And you don't want that to happen because that's usually an unhealthy growth. And that is all for this process, and I'm gonna see you guys next week when we will actually transplant one of these seeds into a hydroponic bucket. See you guys next week.